You know, sometimes by sheer happenstance, you find something remarkable. That happened to me late last night when I was looking up some former high school rankings. The college football quarterback class of 2013. Where do I begin? Oh my goodness. So this is a pretty modern class, and we can just show the top 5 overall guys. I'm going to go through the top 10 guys just to show you guys how historically bad this class was. It's remarkable. It was headlined by the number 11 overall prospect, the number 1 overall pro quarterback, Max Brown, out of Washington, who decided to stay on the West Coast, committing to USC. You take a look at his college career. He spent 3 years with USC before transferring to Pitt. And as you can see in his career, this is the number 11 overall prospect, the number 1 quarterback in his class, 5-star pro potential. His career at USC, he had more years than he did touchdowns. 3 years at USC, 2 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He transfers to Pitt before it's cool. Like everyone sees Kenny Pickett at Pitt. Now it's cool, but you can see this. And he finishes his career with a grand total of 7 passing touchdowns. When it comes to the NFL, it says Brown was not signed by a National Football League team after his college career ended. In December of 2018, he had attended a tryout with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but wasn't offered a contract. During the 2018 college football season, he began analyzing Pac-12 conference teams on YouTube in hopes of becoming a television color commentator. We don't know. I wonder if that actually worked out for him. But Max Brown went undrafted, didn't even get signed by a practice squad, ended up trying out for the Steelers, didn't make it. Clearly a massive, massive bust. He was the big headliner in the 2013 class, but not to be outdone by another 5-star. The number 2 overall quarterback, the number 13th overall player, Christian Hackenberg from Virginia. And he committed to Penn State and stayed loyal to that commitment even after the whole Jerry Sandusky thing. This was the guy that stayed loyal, stayed committed to them. And needless to say, it was not a great career decision for Christian Hackenberg. Sometimes it pays to be loyal. And you guys can see his true freshman season was his best. 20 touchdowns, 10 interceptions behind a makeshift offensive line. His sophomore season, 12 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, and his career at Penn State, he was a 3-and-done. He left after his junior season. I always show this. Just the Penn State, with their scholarship reduction due to the whole Sandusky issue, no offensive line, complete makeshift offensive line. His career college rushing attempts, 208. His career college rushing yards, negative 242 for an average of negative 1.2 because sack yardage is factored into rushing yards, and Hackenberg had just no offensive line. The Jets randomly major reach for him in the second round with the 51st overall pick. And I could have sworn he played in the NFL, but I guess I was just remembering him playing in a preseason game with the Jets or something. He did not take a snap in the NFL. So 2 5-star quarterbacks, top 13 overall players, the top 2 quarterbacks have combined for a total of 0 NFL snaps. That is the class of 2013. Let's move on to the number 3 overall quarterback from that class. It's Shane Morris. Out of the state of Michigan. He committed to Michigan, the number 71 overall player. So you can just tell, like, the major drop-off from Max Brown and Christian Hackenberg. The 3rd ranked quarterback in the entire class is the 71st overall player. That's how bad this QB class was. And this dude, number 1 player in the state of Michigan. His overall numbers, 4 seasons with Michigan, 0 touchdowns. 5 interceptions. I don't even know where to begin. And then he transfers to Central Michigan. He transferred to Central Michigan and put up an okay season, 27 touchdowns, 17 interceptions in 2017. He also went undrafted. So we're 2 for 3 on undrafted quarterbacks. We're 3 of 3 on guys that have played 0 snaps in the NFL. With these quarterbacks. He ended up playing with the Baltimore Brigade in 2019. Did not play a single snap in the NFL. So Max Brown, 0 snaps in the NFL. Hackenberg, 0 snaps in the NFL. And then Shane Morris, 0 snaps in the NFL. This is so historically bad. So historically bad. And it says, oh, this is hilarious. So when it comes to Shane Morris, he redshirted during the 2015 season where he was the 3rd string quarterback behind Wilton Spate and John O'Korn. When you're the 3rd string quarterback behind Wilton Spate and O'Korn, something is severely wrong, folks. Nothing against those 2 guys, but oh my goodness. He ended up transferring, and there you can see on March 6, 2019, he was assigned to the Baltimore Brigade of the Arena Football League. And no, I don't have his Arena Football League stats. You can Google them if you want to. Let's move on to the number 4 overall quarterback, also a pro-style quarterback, Cooper Bateman. And he was the number 81 overall player. Guys, if there was a recruit that was like a pro-style white pocket passer quarterback named Cooper Bateman in the class of 2022, I would immediately label him a bust. Because that name, it just has bust. Nothing against the name Cooper Bateman, but you think of the name Cooper Bateman, you immediately think, oh, major bust, right? I mean, come on, like seriously. This kid, the number 81 overall player, Nick Saban got him from Utah. He was the number 1 overall player in Utah. Saban gets him to Alabama. And this is something that's very interesting. Look at how similarly Shane Morris and Cooper Bateman look when you compare them. They look like brothers. They look like, that's what, like, these white dudes always look the same. That's why I'm happy I have red hair. You know, these white dudes, they always look the same. But Cooper Bateman, I Googled him. I don't think that's Cooper Bateman. I don't know what's going on here, but Cooper Bateman in his career at Alabama, 2 passing touchdowns and 2 interceptions, appearing in 11 games. It keeps getting better and better. And he actually transferred back to Utah, and you can see his little picture. He looks like he's some sort of insurance salesman there with that photo there, his senior picture with Utah. This is what it says on his profile. Graduate transfer from Alabama. Walked on to the 2017 spring semester. 3rd string QB, did not appear in any games prior to Utah. 3 seasons for Alabama after redshirting in 2013. Primary holder for field goals and extra point attempts in all 44 games from 2014 to 2016. So a former top 100 prospect. He's best known for being the holder. Not exactly great. And then obviously he went undrafted, and yeah, there's no way he had any pro career. So that is, we are 4 for 4 on 0 NFL snaps being played by these 2013 quarterbacks. Let's move on to number 5. It's Kevin Olsen. Yes, from New Jersey, the number 93 overall player, the number 5 overall quarterback. He commits to the U. He's going to turn around Miami back in 2013. He said, I'm sick of it. And you take a look at him. He's actually, his siblings, his brother is Greg Olsen. We know Greg Olsen, the elite tight end. Now he's a color commentator with Fox, I believe. And when I looked him up, this is what I was found with. University of Miami QB Kevin Olsen expelled. Oh my goodness. After latest arrest, reserve quarterback Steve Olsen is no longer... I believe they meant to say Kevin Olsen is no longer a student at the University of Miami after he was arrested and charged with a DUI. These are his stats. I believe he transferred to Charlotte. Good for him. He transferred to Charlotte. 6 games with Charlotte. Didn't play a snap with Miami, by the way. Didn't play a single snap. He transfers to Charlotte. 6 touchdowns, 3 interception. And guys... Him as well, 0 NFL snaps, undrafted. That's 5 straight. The top 5 quarterbacks from the class of 2013, 0 NFL snaps. I'm not talking about 0 touchdowns. These guys have not played a single snap in the NFL. A single snap. Moving on to the number 6 quarterback. It is another pro-style quarterback, Troy Williams from California, the 101st ranked player, solid 4-star, number 11 in the state of California, commits to Washington. Isn't that amazing? He ended up playing, did he transfer? I believe he transferred after just 4 games at Washington and had a grand total of 0 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions, and then he transferred to Utah, where he started in 2016 and had 15 passing touchdowns. Good for him. Good for him. 2017, it got a little worse for him, just 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, and finished with a career mark of 17 passing touchdowns to 14 interceptions. You can see his little summary. It says he played 21 games in 2 seasons at Utah with 15 starts. 16 total starts, including 1 at Washington. He was 10-6 and 10-7 in his career, and he had over 3,000 career passing yards at Utah, which ranked 14th in school history. Good for him, but folks, he as well never made the NFL, was completely undrafted, didn't make anything when it comes to that. 0 NFL snaps for him. Moving on to the number 7 overall quarterback, it's Bryce Ramsey, the 102nd ranked overall player from the state of Georgia. He committed to Georgia University in the class of 2013, and you take a look at his photo, this dude looks like a 33-year-old dude. He looks like a 33-year-old McDonald's worker who had to clean up because he's trying to get a better job or something. But you can see, I thought this was funny. You look at his stats on ESPN, career stats, passing yards, 10. Touchdowns, 0, interceptions, 2. Now, he played more than that, but it was just funny to see that. His career at Georgia over 4 seasons, he had 4 passing touchdowns and 6 interceptions. I've never seen a quarterback class this bad. These guys, it's almost like they've combined to throw more interceptions than touchdown passes in their college careers. Every single one of them has more interceptions, except maybe Troy Williams and HACKENBERG, I believe, had more touchdowns. But these guys, they're not just bad, they're a negative. Like, they're so bad. So this dude, he as well did not make the NFL, and I think I found his LinkedIn profile. I don't know if this is him or not. It says, he's a sales representative now. I'm not sure if it's University of Georgia, Franklin College of Arts and Sciences, 133 connections. So it looks like he's looking for a job. Someone should go hire him, former quarterback there. Moving on to the number 8 overall quarterback, it is Cody Thomas, who ended up committing to the University of Oklahoma, the 104th overall player, the 13th player in the state of Texas. Really solid recruit, we have to acknowledge that. And this kid actually is a multi-sport athlete. So he is currently in the minor leagues. He was drafted, I believe. These were the only stats I was able to find on him when it came to his his college career at Oklahoma. 2 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions. So another quarterback that throws for more interceptions than touchdowns. Oh my goodness. And you can see he was drafted by the Los Angeles Dodgers in the 13th round. So you know what? We finally got someone that was drafted. Unfortunately, it was the MLB draft, and it was the 13th round. If you guys don't know, the MLB draft has like 100 rounds. It's crazy how many rounds they have. 13th round in 2016. He signed with the Dodgers and has since made his minor league debut. I think he's currently with the Oakland Athletics, if I have that correctly. So he is the number 8th over. Moving on to the number 9 overall player. I'm not even, listen, you take a look, I'm not even sure who this kid is. This is the number 1 dual threat quarterback in the entire class. So the top 8 guys were pro-style quarterbacks, and this WOULARD is the number 1 dual threat, 129th overall player from Florida, commits to UCLA. He ends up, this is what I found on him. It says he's transferred to defense and appeared in 1 game and got 1 solo tackle. These kids are just, what's going on? And then we reach the number 10 quarterback, which is JT Barrett. And you think, JT Barrett, all those passing yards, all those touchdowns, all the production, 4-year starter at Ohio State. JT Barrett was undrafted, and he has not played a single snap in the entire NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, the top 10 quarterbacks from the class of 2013 have combined to play 0 snaps in the NFL. This is remarkable. You've never seen this. Is what is going on. Even JT Barrett, we finally get JT Barrett, a great Ohio State quarterback. The dude can't even make an NFL roster. He can't even make an NFL roster. He was signed by the Saints, but at that point, I don't know what happened. And now I'm just going to screen record this and go through the rest of the quarterbacks just to see if we can find maybe a few guys that are at least, have done something. So how about Josh Dobbs? Good for him, the number 12 overall quarterback from the class. Malik Zaire, we remember him. Jeremy Johnson. I remember Jeremy Johnson blowing a game for Auburn, a major upset loss. People thought he was going to be good. It's weird. Looking at this list, there it is, Mitch Trubisky. So Mitch Trubisky, the number 19th overall quarterback, should have been ranked a little bit higher, you would think. 206th overall player, ends up becoming the 2nd overall pick from Mentor, Ohio. Jared Goff, the 21st ranked quarterback. So there are definitely, it's just they didn't have these guys in the right spots. The top 10 the top 10 are so bad. Bucky Hodges, he's so good. They've got him listed twice. Danny Etling. Remember Danny Etling at LSU? Oh, man. Let's see. Is there anyone else? I'm just going through this list, seeing if there's anyone, and I'm Davis Webb, the 4th round pick by the New York Giants. Google it, folks. I know my stuff. He might have been a 5th round pick. I don't know. Tim Boyle started a game with the Detroit Lions this year against the Browns. It made me question why I watched the NFL. Baker Mayfield versus Tim Boyle in a monsoon, horrible weather. I was like, the NFL sucks. I'm done with this. Luke Del Rio? Is that Jack Del Rio's son? I don't know. But, yeah, that's probably going to be it for Parker McLeod for Alabama. That dude, Alabama took that dude. Oh, there's Baker Mayfield. There's Baker Mayfield. We found him. Not ranked. He's a 3-star. He was the 42nd overall quarterback. So this class, it had some talent. But the point of the video, the top 10 quarterbacks in this class, my God. 2 5-stars, 5 players right within the top 100. It is just, these guys, they couldn't make the NFL. They could not make the NFL. None of them played snaps. Most of them actually threw for more interceptions than touchdowns in college. These kids, oh my goodness. Folks, this is amazing. But that is going to do it for this recruiting throwback video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.